we're all just absorbing the news. You're at the front lines of this. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, when we heard the announcement there was going to be a press conference, we knew something was coming. So obviously, we're very disappointed. We've been urging the labor minister to not do this throughout this process. So it is disappointing that he's decided to go to the CIRB and ask for us to be ordered back to work.
Well, if that does happen, I mean, under the existing collective agreement, if that goes through, what does this mean for you and your Cup W colleagues after these past weeks of attempted negotiation?
Well, it's extremely frustrating. Our members have been out on the lines for 4 weeks without income for 4 weeks. And then to basically, it appears, I mean, we won't know exactly until the CIRB makes a decision what the process might be. But the minister indicated a royal commission with Mr. Kaplan as the commissioner. So it's almost like a reset. So it's like, what have we been doing for the last 4 weeks if the government was just going to wait and then do this?
Right. Well, as you point out, we don't know what's going to happen next. But could this process lead to binding arbitration?
The minister did not indicate that. He indicated this royal commission to look into and he mentioned the structure of Canada Post, which is a bit disheartening for us because it's Canada Post that's been refusing to move off their demands for this flexible part-time weekend workforce, which is a major structural change. So if the direction of this commission, if it happens, is to look at structure, it seems to be biased already towards the Canada Post position.
Well, here we are, day 28 of the strike right now. You know, over these weeks, we have heard from many Canadians who are frustrated at the lack of postal services, especially over the holiday period. But they've also, many of them, expressed sympathy for Canada Post workers. How do you respond to Minister MacKinnon's statement that the quote was, Canadians are rightly fed up with the strike?
Well, that is Mr. MacKinnon's opinion. What we've been seeing all across the country on all of our picket lines is still overwhelming support from Canadians. We do fully understand the frustration of certain groups and isolated communities, but what we've been telling people on the picket lines throughout this process is we don't want to be on strike. We are proud postal workers who like to provide a service to all parts of Canada, and we want to go back to do that, but we wanted to go back to do that with negotiated collective agreements, not with government interference.
Well, and what impact do you think this latest decision this morning, what impact will it have on the morale, the unity of Cup W members?
Our members are strong and united and have been throughout this process and will continue to be. As far as morale, it's going to be very difficult, to have to be slapped in the face by the government. It's 4 weeks. We've been out using our constitutional right. That's the thing the minister seems to ignore. He says he supports collective bargaining, which is a constitutional right as well. But now he's interfered in that process by ordering us back to work and taking away our right to strike. So it is going to be very hard for our members to accept this if this is what's going to happen. Like I said, we don't know yet what the CIRB is going to do, but if they do follow the minister's direction, which I'm sure he's already briefed them prior to the press conference, it'll be very difficult on our membership.
No, and I understand we're dealing with a lot of ifs right now. There's still some question marks, but what would be the union's next steps if the Canada Industrial Relations Board does order your members back to work?
So our next steps, our National Executive Board will review any documents that are provided by the CIRB, and then they will give direction to our membership based on what information they receive.
One step at a time, Stephen, one step at a
Yeah.
time. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for making yourself available this morning. The news is still fresh.
Great. Thank you very much, Gloria.
That's Stephen Gale, the BC and Yukon regional rep for the Canadian Union of Postal Workers.